you crying. Brother, 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 there's far too many of you dying. You know we've got to find a way to bring some loving here today. Father, Father, we don't need to escalate.
That was Marvin Gaye with What's Going On. Welcome to the Rise Weekly Review for February 1st through February 8th, 2021. Before we begin, we'd like to offer a moment of silence to remember and honor the memory of a Chicago legend, organizer, and leader who many of us not only had the privilege to fight alongside, but whose life, work, dedication, and courage will always serve as an inspiration. From all of us at Rise, rest in power, Karen. And now, to the news. On Sunday night, police found a man murdered from multiple gunshot wounds in South Shore. The 30-year-old man was found laying face down in the doorway of his home on the 7700 block of South Yates. He had multiple gunshot wounds and was pronounced dead on the scene. Anyone with information on Chicago crimes can leave an anonymous tip at cpdtip.com. On Wednesday, 2 men were shot during an altercation in South Shore. According to police, 3 men were in an alley near the 7600 block of South Kingston around 10 a.m. when they began arguing. One of the men took out a gun and began firing. A 26-year-old man was grazed in his calf, and a 39-year-old was shot in the arm and torso. Both were taken to the University of Chicago Medical Center, where they were last reported in stable condition. On Sunday night, 3 people, including an off-duty police officer, were critically wounded in an East Chicago shooting. Around 8 p.m., shots were fired in an altercation on the 4700 block of Indianapolis Boulevard. A man believed to have shot the officer was last reported in critical condition at an area hospital. The officer was last reported in critical condition following a surgery after having received 5 gunshot wounds. A third civilian, who was across the street at the time of the shooting, was also wounded, although their condition was not reported. Anyone with information on these Chicago crimes can leave a tip at 219-391-8500. On Tuesday, a woman was arrested in South Chicago on attempted murder charges after stabbing her ex-boyfriend. According to police, around 9:20 p.m., the woman, identified as 34-year-old Paris White, was arguing with her ex-boyfriend near the 8900 block of Escanaba. The woman stabbed the 31-year-old, who was taken to the University of Chicago Medical Center in critical condition. She was charged with attempted first-degree murder and aggravated domestic battery. Police are searching for a man who sexually assaulted a woman in South Shore on Wednesday. According to police, a man who called himself Q approached a woman on the 2700 block of East 76th Street around 1 a.m. He reportedly attempted to speak to her before grabbing her and covering her mouth. He threatened to kill her and took her to a backyard where he sexually assaulted her. Anyone with information can contact Area 2 detectives at 312-747-8271. During the week, police asked for the public's help in identifying a man who forcibly removed shoes from 2 women. According to police, on January 25th, around 6:30 p.m., the man stalked and filmed at least 2 women inside the Target in Munster, Indiana. He allegedly approached them while filming and removed their socks and shoes before running off. Anyone with information is asked to contact Detective Nolan Archer at 219-836-6672. A Gresham man was charged on Thursday for the September 29th murder of 26-year-old Demagia Bell. 29-year-old Darnell Lemons was charged after admitting to police he was the man seen standing over Bell in surveillance video. According to prosecutors, Lemons and two other suspects chased Bell after he left the party to make a phone call. The two other suspects fired shots, striking Bell, causing him to fall to the ground. Lemons reportedly stood over him, firing additional shots. Bell was struck 12 times and passed away from his injuries. On Friday, police from the South Chicago district announced they would be partnering with Operation Safe Pump to help deter area carjackings. Operation Safe Pump is an initiative led by Early Walker, who owns W&W Towing,
A deterrent, and as well as a deterrent, it will be extra sets of eyes and ears.
and Kate's Detective and Security Agency.
Our job is to assist, to detain, we'll let the police arrest. But we want to do our part.
As part of the initiative, security guards from the agency have been posting at Southside gas stations during busy times to help deter carjackers. South Chicago District Commander Rubio said officers will monitor parking lots and help escort shoppers to their cars in areas with high rates of carjackings. Southeast side carjackings have increased, but mainly in areas of South Shore and South Chicago that are in the 7th and 8th wards. In national news, a report released by The Guardian uncovered the deportations of U.S. citizen newborns by the Trump administration. The report describes at least 11 migrant women who were sent to Mexico without receiving birth certificates for their children born in the U.S. Advocates suggest that the number is likely higher because many migrant women have faced what are known as fast-track expulsions that do not involve lawyers and are done in secret. The U.S. Constitution grants citizenship to any child born on American soil. However, Trump admin officials, such as Stephen Miller and others, have advocated for its removal. In other national news, during the week, the world's premier and largest repository of information on world coups d'etats classified the U.S. Capitol riots as an attempted coup. The Client Center's Coup d'etat project is run out of the University of Illinois in Champaign by scientists and research experts. The center states it did not initially classify the event as a coup, as it was unclear whether it was an organized and directed effort. However, they state that more recent evidence has shown that it fit the criteria, including having been organized by groups or what it classifies as a dissident coup. The report claims that not enough current evidence exists to classify it as an auto coup, or a coup directed by a high-ranking government official. In local news, several community activists had vowed to go on a hunger strike in order to pressure the city to deny a permit for the expansion of the Reserve Management Group facility and building of a shredder on Chicago's southeast side. Community activist and co-founder of the Southeast Side Youth Coalition, Oscar Sanchez, Chuck Stark, a science teacher at George Washington High School, and Brianna Bertacci, a member of the United Neighbors of the 10th Ward, an independent political organization that is involved in electoral politics, began a hunger strike on Thursday to protest the permit. On Monday, Yesenia Chavez of the United Neighbors of the 10th Ward also joined in the hunger strike. The activists are calling for the denial of the final permit to block the development.
They approved this permit for General Iron. It's going to impact all of our gardens, parks, baseball fields, all of our beautiful outdoor spaces in the 10th Ward that we love.
For this issue that falls under the terms of environmental racism, that is directly attacking the health of our community members, our students, our babies, our mothers, our fathers, our family members, because unfortunately what's been going on is just completely unacceptable, and the city just wants to call it a business deal. So again, as of Monday, I will be on a hunger strike.
We're putting our lives on the line with this hunger strike because we've been dying. We might as well be acknowledged.
A fire on Wednesday in Jeffrey Manor displaced several area residents. The fire occurred in the evening hours on the 101,000 block of South Crandon. According to fire officials, 4 adults who lived in the home were displaced. Firefighters managed to extinguish the fire around 8:05 p.m., but the home sustained heavy damages. A pet was found dead in the home. None of the residents were injured. And finally, the Chicago Greater Food Depository has announced that it will be providing $2.6 million in additional grants in communities throughout the Chicago area. The funding will go towards increasing operations at existing facilities while also expanding its services. Included in the expansion are 2 new area food pantries, including one located at the Endelio Institution near Roseland and the American Association for Single Parents to service the Calumet City/Dalton area. The Greater Chicago Food Depository supports pantries in all of the Southeast Side community areas, including the East Side, South Deering, and Hegewisch, along with several in both South Chicago and South Shore. You can find more information on the food pantry locations by visiting www.chicagofoodbank.org. And that ends our weekly review for February 1st to February 8th, 2021. Thank you for joining us for this week in review. Peace.
You know we've got to find a way to bring some loving. Oh, yeah, yeah. Picket lines, picket signs, punish me with brutality. Talk to